What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Brother Devin sent me this particular video of what I believe to be a sister that is in the LGBT community who made a very interesting video about black men. It was on the, I would say, the level of like a Cynthia G type of video. And what I'll do is instead of me talking about it, I'm gonna let you hear what she had to say about how black men don't want to be wives. Let's go ahead and play that clip.
Hi. Black men do not want a wife, a girlfriend, a fiance, or a boo, or a bae. Black men want a version of their mother that they can have sex with. Let me explain. They want somebody to deal with their childish antics, somebody that doesn't take accountability for their actions and responsibilities or the behaviors that contribute to toxic things. They want somebody to cook their meals, wash their laundry, clean their bed sheets, not hold them accountable for anything, let them impregnate and have as many kids as they want to, all while living under your roof rent-free, but still want to claim to be the man of the house and how he should be treated like a king. Sound familiar? When women won't submit to their childish behaviors and antics, they'll get mad because they can't control that woman or coerce her into his bullshit. So they become manipulators, cheaters, abusers, and say ain't shit.
So you heard what she had to say. Now, I believe that if we would talk about maybe what she's trying to become, I would say like maybe it's the antithesis of a message to Kevin Samuels for women. But what she's trying to do is to lump all black men into a box. And one thing that we can't do with black men or black women is to lump everybody in the box. There are some good black men out there. There are some black men, as she described. There are good black women and there are bad black women, right? And we know because everybody's not the same in the world. So that's the problem that I have with her is this whole, let me lump all black men into a box saying that they don't want to be, no husbands or anything like that, which can't be true because black men are 2 million less of the population and we have more marriages. Again, I'm gonna go back to the black demographics study here and we're gonna look at it right now. Black men are more married than black women, despite being 2 million less in the population. Okay, so how are we talking about that? Like black men are asking black women to get married, are marrying more outside of the country than black women are. So it's just not true. Now, she talks about that they're looking for a mother that they can have sex with because their mom will leave them in no accountability. Okay. Their mom will cook and clean for them and do all the stuff. The guys don't want to pay any bills and all this other stuff and be 50-50. She kind of alluded to those things. Living rent free and all that while doing these things. Well, if that's the truth, if they want somebody like their mother, then whose decision is it to have that black man or black woman as a child? You're saying that black men are being raised by their mother and they're being treated them like that, which is that does happen. But how does she get to the situation in the first place? Because the mom had a baby by a man that wasn't shit. In many cases, it happens all the time in Black America. Not all the time, but it happens enough, right? Or the guy, which I believe happens more often than not, she ran him off. Okay? So then she coddles the guy. The women are being raised to actually go out there and work, where young black men raised by their mom are being coddled. Okay? That does happen also. That's true. But who has put those guys in that predicament? The moms themselves. You don't want to talk about that. How again, Ron Wills had a great article in the Negro Manosphere. Sisters create the men they complain about. So why are you complaining about these problems that a lot of sisters have created for themselves? Coddling young black men and preparing their daughters to go into the workforce. Now, all these black men are out here, you know, she said they want to live rent free. These black men want to impregnate women everywhere. That's not true. Like 48 or 49% of black men don't even have kids. Okay. All right. So why do we have the lies here? You're acting like black men, all they do, all of them, go around here and have sex and have all these children, which is not true. The women that have kids in the black community, many of them will have kids by more than one father. You do not see that for black men, usually. Okay? She also talked about how if they don't get their way, they become controlling and, you know, things like that, and they become abusive. So basically all black men are abusive. That's what we're going to say. But you have studies that show that black men are the best fathers. I mean, like, you have studies that show that. They're the most active in their children's lives. And the thing about it is that, like, why are you doing all of this? And it comes to me, here we have a lady wanting to simp. So you're basically trying to cape for all these ladies out there that, you know, for the most part, have been heartbroken for black men or made bad choices. And I'm thinking that you're doing it because you want to date them. What I will tell you is, thank you. Give a round of applause. They need somewhere to go to. You're a great alternative. And anybody, male or female, like you, hey, more power to you. Because going around hating on black men for whatever your ulterior motive is, number one, it's not going to get you nowhere. Okay? Your facts are completely wrong. All right? And then to lump your own people in a box because you have a problem with black men, that just, like, how can you do that? There's nothing wrong with these women's choices at all. It's all because they're dealing with all black men, right? So what should they deal with? Black women? Is that what you're insinuating? Because you're not speaking any facts on this one. You're talking about certain things that could be true, but in general, you're lumping all black men into a box, and you would have a problem if black men lumped all black women into a box. You definitely would have a problem with that. But see, this is certain things that certain black men go through with certain conversations in the black community, which is why you get a lot of guys that get turned off. Because you have people that are speaking ridiculous BS that's not true. Again, you talk about accountability. Yes, you have black men, some of them, who are not accountable. But do you know who also is not accountable? You have that in black women also. Don't want to be accountable for anything. In my opinion, I think that black men are more accountable for their mistakes than black women are. But we don't want to talk about that. We want to talk about everything but what really is the issue here, which is, for the most part, both groups make mistakes. Both groups can make mistakes that lead them to the situations that they're in. But black men don't want to marry. Black men don't want wives. It's true that black men are getting married less and may not see the value in marriage as much as before. But the numbers don't lie. They are getting more married than African American women. They're marrying more often. Although they're seeing marriage less and less valuable. And that's another thing. You never talk about, why do black men don't want to get married anymore? Because one of the reasons could be that women don't want to be wives. So they want to be husbands. Who should they be husbands to? And this is not all black women, but you have certain elements of black women that they want the wedding. They don't want to be in a relationship with a man all the time. And there's some women that do want that. But you do have a good number of black women who want to do the marriage their way. A lack of compromise. So there are women who want to get married, but maybe on their own way and their own volition, which causes problems. And with the divorces and child support and stuff like that, a lot of American men are not getting married because of those things. But guys, what do you think of her? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again. Another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I really appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe with the bell. Check out the first comment at the top. And as you know, the buffoonery remains at an all-time high.